The future feels open, undecided, unwritten, waiting to be created by your choices. This belief feels comforting. It gives life meaning. It makes decisions feel powerful. If the future doesn't exist yet, then what you do now truly matters. But what if this is wrong? What if the future already exists, just as real as the past? What if tomorrow is not something that will happen, but something that already is? This idea feels disturbing because it strikes directly at free will, at hope, at the sense that life is moving forward into something unknown. And yet, modern physics quietly points in this direction. Not as philosophy, not as belief, but as a consequence of how reality appears to be structured. Let's begin with something simple. If the future does not exist yet, where does it come from? Does the universe create new moments out of nothing? Does reality constantly generate time as it moves forward? Physics has no mechanism for this. Matter is conserved. Energy is conserved. Information is conserved. But time? Physics does not describe time being created. It describes relationships between events in time, as if those events already belong to a larger structure. Einstein's theory of relativity forces us to confront an uncomfortable fact: there is no universal present moment. Two observers moving at different speeds will disagree about what is happening now. Events that are in the future for one observer can be in the past for another. This is not a trick. It is not an illusion of measurement. It is how reality works. If the present is relative, then the division between past and future cannot be absolute. And if that division is not absolute, then the idea that the future does not exist yet becomes very hard to defend. From the perspective of spacetime, the universe looks less like a story being written and more like a complete structure. This leads to the concept known as the block universe. In a block universe, past, present, and future all exist equally. Time does not flow. Nothing is coming into being. Nothing is vanishing. The universe simply is. From this view, the future is already there, not as a prediction, not as a possibility, but as part of the structure of reality. This sounds like determinism, like fate, like a cosmic script you cannot escape. But that reaction comes from confusing existence with experience. You do not experience the future because your consciousness is not there yet. Just like you do not experience distant places in space until you travel to them. The existence of a place does not mean you are already there. So why does the future feel so open? Because you don't have access to it. Uncertainty is not proof of non-existence, it is proof of limited perspective. Quantum physics deepens this mystery. At the quantum level, the future is not fixed to a single outcome. It exists as a range of possibilities, probabilities, not certainties. But possibilities are still something. They are not nothing. The future may already exist, not as a single path, but as a structured field of potential outcomes. This changes how we think about choice. When you make a decision, you are not creating the future from nothing. You are selecting a path within an already existing structure. Your choice is real. Your experience is real. The uncertainty is real. What changes is the idea that the future waits in emptiness until you arrive. Instead, it may already be there, branching, layered, unresolved until experienced. This idea feels uncomfortable because we associate freedom with creation. We want to believe that our choices bring something entirely new into existence. But freedom does not require creation from nothing. It requires that multiple futures are possible and that your actions determine which one you experience. Think of a maze. All paths exist, but your movement still matters. You still choose. You still commit. You still cannot see what lies ahead. The maze existing does not remove freedom. It defines it. Another reason the future feels unreal is memory. We remember the past. We do not remember the future. This asymmetry creates the illusion that the past is fixed and real, while the future is empty and unreal. But memory is not a measure of existence. It is a direction of information flow. Entropy increases, records form, information accumulates in one direction. This creates the psychological arrow of time. But entropy does not erase the future. It only prevents us from accessing information about it. So the future feels unreal, not because it doesn't exist, but because we cannot remember it. This distinction is subtle and profound. If the future already exists, then what about fear? Fear is anticipation of a future outcome. If that outcome already exists, does fear become meaningless? No. Fear exists because you don't know which future you will experience. Hope works the same way. The future may exist, but which future you encounter is still unknown from within your perspective. This preserves meaning. It also reframes responsibility. You are not writing the universe. You are navigating it. This view can feel less empowering at first, but it may actually be more honest. It removes the illusion that you control everything and replaces it with something deeper: participation. You are part of a reality larger than your awareness. This also explains why time feels directional. Your consciousness moves through the structure of reality in one direction because memory accumulates in one direction. You carry the past with you. You do not carry the future. This creates the sensation of moving towards something that does not yet exist, even if it does. The present moment feels like a knife edge between what is real and what is not. But that knife edge may be an illusion. The present may simply be the point where your awareness intersects the structure of space-time. Nothing special from the universe's perspective. Everything special from yours. This idea does not remove meaning from life. It removes unnecessary pressure. You are not racing against time. You are not chasing an empty future. You are exploring a reality that already contains more than you can see. Every moment of joy that will ever happen already exists somewhere in the structure of the universe. Every mistake, every regret, every insight. This does not mean they are happening now. It means reality is not fragile. The future is not a void waiting to be filled. It is a vast, structured unknown already there, already real, already containing possibilities beyond your imagination. So what if the future already exists? Then life is not about creating reality from nothing. It is about discovering which part of reality becomes your experience. And the deepest illusion may not be that the future is uncertain, but that it is empty.